Hello to all of you. This is Samosan Azam Khan here, your CFA instructor. And I announced that CFA USA Institute has opened up their Access Scholarship for February 2027 attempt. So, scholarship for February 27 attempt is open. The deadline is 25th May. So, all those interested can apply before 25th May. What you'll get from it is a massive discount. You will get a premium registration at a cost of premium registration at a cost of $400 only. Otherwise, this premium registration cost you $1439. So you can see a massive discount plus 70% discount you'll get if you get this scholarship. Before this, the premium registration was not part, but now you're getting the scholarship for premium registration. In premium registration, you get CFA premium practice pack questions, more than 1,000 questions you get further. So now let's move further and understand the eligibility criteria for this scholarship. Simple, all those who are interested to sit for the exam in February 27, they should be fulfilling the CFA eligibility criteria. You can go on their website and see what is the eligibility criteria, should be fulfilling that while applying for the scholarship. This scholarship is primarily for those who cannot afford their exam, or it's difficult for them to afford their exam without any debt, without any loans. They must have not registered for their exam up till now, meaning if you're applying for a scholarship for February 27 exam, you must have not registered that exam. Otherwise, obviously, you have paid for it. And lastly, only two scholarship per level is allowed. So if you have already applied two scholarships before and you got those scholarships and you still fail that exam, now you cannot apply for another scholarship. You may apply how many times you want to apply for a scholarship, but a successful scholarship can only be applied twice for each level. So this is the eligibility criteria. Third, how to apply for this scholarship. For this, simply what you do, simply go on to your Google. Simply go on to your. So once just open up your Google application and write down CFA Access Scholarship on the research bar, you will see this thing popping up by CFA Institute. Click this. Once you click this, this will give you all the information about Access Scholarship, the requirements, the rules, regulations. You keep moving it down and you see over here it's written, how do I apply? Click that, how do I apply? It will tell you the access window will be available to click. So then you apply, click apply for here. So once you have clicked that apply for here, then forward on, you will see a login feature. You log in yourself, then you make your credentials, your login ID, your password with the CF Institute, and then you follow this application. The first what will happen is a form will open up for you. In that form, you will have to mention your dependents, you will have to mention your incomes, you will have to mention your expenses, and then you will have to write a statement for CFA Institute worth 300 words. So now let's focus on that statement. Let's focus on that statement. So what to write in the personal statement for applying for your CFA Access Scholarship? All the student gets confused over here. Sir, what should I be writing over here? Oh, what should be the writing format? What should be the template? So let's go through this question. The question that you will be getting for the personal statement is the following, which is reflect on a defining experience, challenge, or motivation that led you to pursue CFA designation. Then explain how receiving this scholarship will empower you to uphold ethical standards, demonstrate leadership, and contribute meaningfully to greater financial inclusion in your community or the investment profession. 300-word limit will be given to you, and I always advise to make use of the entire word limit. Now, from now onwards, they also write this extra paragraph over here, which is very, very important to read. It says your statement must be original and grounded in your individual experiences and perspectives. Submissions that rely on generic, templated, or duplicated content will not be considered competitive. So now, before they were not giving this, but now they have given you this. Reason because many students were using the chat GPT and they were giving generic statements and obviously failing their scholarship chances as well. So remember this, there is no single template. Neither I can't tell you that template, or nor any other teachers can tell you that. We can only tell you what are the different ways you can write this statement, how do you reflect this, the way you reflect your ideas towards this statement, but there is no confirmed single template. So that is why I will not be recommending a template for you, because there could be thousands of templates through which this statement can be written. Rather than, I would be explaining you how to write the answer to this question. The template can be of any form, meaning the start, the basis, the type of language, the type of experiences can be of any form. But I'll help you out how to form your answer, how to write down your answer. So if you see, this question have two parts. One part is, it says reflect on defining experience, challenge, or motivation that led you to pursue the CFA designation. Now, the first thing he wants you to write is the first part. Then comes the second part. Then it says, then explain how receiving this scholarship will empower you to uphold ethical standards, demonstrate leadership, and contribute meaningfully to the greater financial inclusion in your community or the investment profession. So we'll break this question into two parts, and then we'll see what to write. So if I've broken it in the first part first, what the first part, I repeat it, reflect on a defining experience. So either you experience something. Now, as I speak, each individual can have different types of experiences. So you experienced something, you went through an experience which made you believe that you should be pursuing CFA. It could be a challenge as well. With an experience, maybe a challenge came up to you, and it could be a motivation as well. A motivation came up to you. So it's an entire experience which which could be a part of a challenge form, which could be part of a motivation form, or which could be part of different examples. We have to reflect that in this statement. So it says that led you to pursue the CFA designation, meaning that made me believe that I should be going for my CFA qualification. Now I've listed down different types of examples that a person can go through. Now, as I say, as the CFA Institute also says, it is person to person varies. So each person will have his, her, or her own experience. So do not try to copy others. Just express yourself. It's a reflection. It says reflect, meaning just express yourself, so that they know this is a real person talking. This is an original person talking, and they will be more inclined towards giving the scholarship. So let's break down into three parts, which is experience, challenge, and motivation. Right? Experience, challenge, and motivation. What different types of experiences a person can have? So first, what I advise is start with by introducing yourself. Meaning you can start the statement by telling your name, introduce yourself, and a single line of, if you have achieved something good academically, you can mention the achievement also in one line academically, if it relates to your CFA, or it maybe it will show that yes, you have the academic hunger, you have the academic motivation to do CFA. Now, different experiences could be, maybe you were working on a project. Maybe you were working on your graduation project which was related to finance, and suddenly you build up finance and interest. Explain that entire process, that how what you did in that. You may have calculated ratios, financial ratios in that, and along with it, connect it with the challenges. So let's suppose your experience, your example of experience is you were working in a project. You decided that you are fond of financial ratios. You're fond of understanding finance, you're fond of analysis, you shift towards CFA. But as you saw the CFA examination fee, you felt that is too much for you because you have many dependents under you, or your conditions in the country is very weak, or your father does not earn so much. That's a challenge coming to you. But you may connect it further with a motivation. But you're highly motivated, you have seen different people around you, they have done CFA, they have become something in their lives. So you, this entire thing is about connecting all three. I would suggest this. Otherwise, you can also keep it at one as well. Either you can explain your entire experience, either it can be just explaining your challenges, or either it can be just explaining your motivation. But I prefer you can connect all these three so that a true reflections comes out for the statement. So there are different types of examples that I've quoted. See what connects with you, see what is happening in your life, because these are all experiences for different students. Like, let's suppose some, maybe one student was teaching finance students, maybe he was teaching a financial concept, and suddenly he picked up that he needs to have more knowledge on this area, and that's why he's thinking of doing CFA. Could be because you were advising your students, you were advising your clients, and that highlighted your interest for it. Could be because suddenly you start investing in stock markets, and from there you started to build this interest to do CFA. So experience could be of different types. I've highlighted all the different types of challenges, maybe because primarily many of the uh, uh, professionals are doing it because they want to get promoted, they want to go into the higher ranks of finance because their job requires it, but their job does not sponsor their exam. They have to pay it by their own money. That's the challenge. The experience is there, challenge there, motivation is there, because you want to do CFA because you're going to climb up, your rewards will go up, your salaries will go up. That's a motivation. That's what I'm explaining. Connect the experience, challenge, and motivation overall together. That's what your reflection will be. So explain that. Now let's assume I'm a fresh graduate. I'm a fresh graduate. Maybe right when I was doing my electives, I opt for a valuation course. And that valuation course, I did so well in it that ultimately I was thinking something else. But after doing the valuation course, I started to build interest in CFA. But because I have already, my family has invested so much money in my graduation, I do not have enough money to pursue my interest. Now a challenge comes in. So I started off with an experience, then I connected with a challenge, and comes a motivation. But I am highly motivated to pursue CFA because after my graduation, I want to specialize in a field in which I'm more interested. I want to explore financial markets more. I want to explore. So yes, you understand how all the three dots gets connected. That's what I want you to do in this, all the three dots, so that you can write good amount of words. I suggest writing 150 words. It could be up to 150 words. You can end up writing 100 words, 120 words, 130 words. It could be that. So make sure you go through all these examples that I've written so you understand what do we mean by a challenge, what do we mean by motivation. There could be many. It all depends on your current status right now. So I've explained through a freshie as well. I've explained through a professional as well, a person who's currently working as well, a person who wants to switch his field as well. It could, and also the motivation can be because of your siblings. Maybe because one cousin of you or yours has done CFA and he's earning good. Your interest begins over here. So as I say, the experience should be yours. So find out what made you pursue CFA qualification. That's the first part of your statement. The second part, now this is also very important. The second part says, explain how receiving this scholarship will empower you to uphold ethical standards, number one, demonstrate leadership, number two, and contribute meaningfully to greater financial inclusion in your community, number three. or the investment profession. So three can be either your community or the investment profession. So there are three things in of which you need to talk about. And let's suppose if you receive this scholarship, how would you uphold yourself ethically? So ethically could be you will promote honesty, transparency in your financial advice. Once you become a financial analyst, you will try to uphold your ethical standards. You will apply client first behavior. You will try to avoid conflict of interest. You will try to use accurate data and data driven with analysis rather than rumors based data. You will try to make your client understand that there are both return and risk, not just manipulate him by just making him understand about returns. You will try to explain him both. You will try to maintain independence in your research. Your research should not be influenced or should not be pressurized by someone. So these are different ethical standards that you can maintain. One of the beautiful ethical standards is you should be hardworking, you should be committed, you should be focused towards your work. So you understand, you have to write things on your ethical view about how well you will uphold ethics. You can also write you will be studying ethics. You will be studying ethics, CFA ethics. You will be studying that. So you will be telling about how well you will be studying the CFA ethics. Third, leadership. Third is leadership. Then talk about leadership. How will you demonstrate leadership? So if there are some people under your leadership, even right now, like let's suppose students, maybe your siblings, you will try to give them good financial knowledge, or you might give them learning lessons. You will mentor your young professionals. You will inspire others. You will build confidence to speak on investment topics. Like let's suppose you have a WhatsApp group, you will try to teach and make them aware about the finance or the capital markets or the financial standards. You'll make them understand, give them practical knowledge, encourage ethical leadership, and so on. Leadership could be many things. If you're working right now somewhere, and if you already have leadership role, you define that. For those who are professionals working, that how well your leadership role will enhance. Get my point? Lastly, financial inclusion. How would you support your community? You will support your community by giving them something, such as giving them knowledge, helping small investors, going to universities for free for financial sessions over there, sharing your experiences with the students. There could be many things that you can write. I've given examples of that as well. So what I say is, you can, because this second part is a bigger part, you can also write 200 words in it, or you can break the first part and second part in 150 words. That's how you can write. So ultimately, what we have discussed, let's summarize that. Simply, the question was, I'm repeating the question again, reflect on your defining experience, challenge, or motivation. So you can start off by introducing yourself a little. 2 lines are enough. Then connect it with your experience that made you pursue CFA. Now that experience can start off with whatever we have gone through the examples of that. Connected with a challenge. What challenge are you facing? And how are you motivated? So this experience could be anything. Each person can have her own experience. Third, then you connect with the second part, that how well will this scholarship empower you ethically. You have to come up with some ethical points as per your life right now. Then you will have to connect how well your leadership will improve with this CFA designation. And thirdly, you will have to how well you will contribute towards the financial community. Maybe you will enhance, or you will support the financial markets. Because of your work, the reputation of financial markets will improve. So you have to frame your answer in this manner. And yes, in challenges, I definitely encourage to highlight your financial problems as well, so that they know This is one of the highest challenge you're facing in your dream to pursue CFA, and that is why you're applying for the scholarship. The key success factor for this statement is write about your own life, about your own journey, so that you pass on this even more. What not to do, not to do things. I highly advise not to follow these things while writing for your CFA. Number one, do not copy paste from Chat GPT or AI softwares. So do not use AI softwares and copy paste from them. Yes, you may can take ideas from your Chat GPT. You can tell him his tell your Chat GPT about your life, what are you doing right now, and then you can take suggestions from it. But do not write ask him to write the entire answer, because again he's writing generic things, and CFA does not want you to write generic things. Number two, do not copy paste someone else's essay. I have seen students that because one student's scholarship got passed because of that essay, and he or she thinks this essay was the reason, what they do, they take that personal statement as it is, just change their names, and they submit that again. Don't do that. Don't do that. Third, avoid generic things. Avoid generic things. It should connect with your life. It should connect with you, rather than writing generic things, because that seems as if you have not put in enough effort to up to score well in for your scholarship. Fourth, I highly recommend, please, only those who are in financial need, who cannot afford this exam, please, you only applied. Otherwise you are eating up a position, or you are taking a share of a person who was more deserving than you. So I hope you get my point. Best of luck for this scholarship. Thank you.